This past Friday, October the 13th, marked the 100th anniversary of the miracle of the sun at Fatima, when the Blessed Mother appeared to the 3 shepherd children and some 55,000 others who came out of interest and or as skeptics to see if Our Lady would really appear as promised, along with the miracle that she said would happen on that her 6th and final apparition to the children. While the children saw the Blessed Mother, who identified herself as Our Lady of the Rosary, many of the remaining onlookers reportedly saw the sun spinning and growing larger and giving the appearance that it was falling to the earth. Believers and skeptics alike witnessed the amazing phenomenon, and the secular newspaper the next day had a front story titled, "How the Sun Danced at Midday in Fatima." Much fascination and interest has surrounded Fatima ever since, to where 4 to 5 million people travel to Fatima each year to this day. Fatima is one of the most significant of all the Marian apparitions, along with Our Lady of Guadalupe, whose feast day is December the 12th, and Our Lady of Lourdes, whose feast day is on February 11th. Our Lady of Fatima is the only other one with its own feast day, which is May 13th. The anniversary of her first apparition to the shepherd children. Our Mother Mary is all about pointing us and directing us to her Son, not to herself. And that's what happened back in Fatima 100 years ago, when she appeared to the 3 children and identified herself as Our Lady of the Rosary. She told the children and the world to turn to her Immaculate Heart for help and to pray the Rosary. By the wisdom of God, the most stunning miracle of the sun was delivered by God to essentially get the world's attention, to hear the message of His Mother, who was calling and leading her children to her Son Jesus for mercy, forgiveness, and love that was eternal. Something cool to think about is how on the 100th anniversary year of the miracle of the sun, we here in the United States found ourselves fascinated by a rare and an amazing experience of the sun ourselves, a solar eclipse. Granted, while this experience is scientifically understood and explainable, nonetheless, it does hold within itself an experience that can be described as feeling rather miraculous. The interesting thing to consider about our experience with the total eclipse is how just as the event in Fatima in 1917 had Mary gaining the attention of millions to where she then pointed all those who would listen to her Son Jesus, the same can be seen in an analogous kind of way to what have happened for us through our experience in 2017. The reason the solar eclipse happened was because of the moon and its orbit and how it lined up with the sun to cause the eclipse. It was because of the moon that we were all talking about the sun and anticipating that day and then studying it afterwards. One of the symbols for Mary has always been the moon. A reason for this is that the moon is not the source of its own light, but rather reflects the light of the sun. Without the sun, the moon doesn't shine. The same is true for Mary. She reflects the light of her Son, and without her Son, there's nothing special about Mary. The solar eclipse happened on August the 21st, and then on August the 22nd, it just happened to be the feast of the Queenship of Mary. The Queenship of Mary is the 5th decade of the glorious mysteries. The image of Mary going before the Son, Jesus Christ, and being crowned Queen of heaven and earth, seemingly was beautifully depicted for us with the solar eclipse. When the moon was directly before the sun, and as the total eclipse happened, the light that continued to shine brightly around the circumference of the moon was called the corona, which means crown. How cool is it to think of our experience as an image of the queenship of Mary, where we, all the king's subjects and servants, stood before him in excitement and wonder, watching and celebrating together the moment his queen and ours came before him as he placed the crown, the corona, upon his queen. Again, Mary, the moon, called our attention to the sun, her Son, the Son of God, who is the source of her life and ours, the source of her salvation and our salvation. As we remember the shepherd children who witnessed Mary's apparition and the miracle of the sun 100 years ago in Fatima, we can think about our own experience of the sun and look at our pictures and our videos of that day, not only from a scientific perspective, but also from a faith perspective, and see it as a reminder for us to also turn to the Immaculate Heart of Mary and pray the Rosary, asking for Jesus to shower us and our world with His mercy and forgiveness too. The Immaculate Heart of Mary, pray for us. Mary, Queen of Heaven and Earth, pray for us. Our Lady of Fatima, pray for us. Our Lady of the Rosary, pray for us.